What's up, guys? I'm here to pretty much speak on my experience as a attendee at Spooky Empire. I want to talk about everything that went down. I'm gonna speak truth. I'm not speaking about assumptions or what people told me. I'm speaking about what happened to me, how I dealt with being out there, and what exactly happened. Um, so pretty much got there on Thursday. I wasn't thinking this drop was gonna be crazy like that because again, there's 1,500 of these. 1,500. You're thinking if they're dropping every single one of them, you have to be in the top 500 because they had announced that it was three per person. So you did the math. You knew you had to be in the top 500. I showed up about 7 in the morning that day, and I was about 100th in line. Keep in mind that, yeah, of course, we knew that VIP were going to go in first. But another thing is that vendors that were inside were blending in with the VIP line, And once we got all the way inside, we seen a whole bunch of new faces, But, you're in the line. You really can't say much, You're trying to say as much as possible to avoid people keep cutting you and stuff like that. But you're adding the people that are in front of you, and you starting to realize you're still good. You're still in the top 500. So once you start to feel that, you kind of don't feel like you're about to miss out. So Friday we waited all day. While we're outside Friday, everybody's getting to know one another. And it starts to rain, so they start bringing us closer to the door. Then they stretch us back out. They give us this red ticket, which was supposed to keep order of the whole line. Once we went all the way inside, after being sweaty and smelly from waiting so long outside, once we go in there, they start to say that these tickets mean nothing. And we're all confused because, you're saying one thing, and then once we're in there, it's a whole different scenario. Spooky Empire, I do not blame them for the pops not being there. And I understand that this is something completely new to them because they're usually a smaller convention, and for them to have something this big in terms of how many people were going to show up for this, I didn't think they wouldn't be this unprepared. I give props to every person that was working there and was very honest and legit, and you could tell that some of these people were trying to make it happen, and some of these people were very disrespectful. Like, there was a lady that was pretty much controlling the line at first, and she was working her ass off. She was trying to keep the peace and order. I give her props because she seemed like a regular person who was just doing her job, and I do not blame her because the communication in terms of the team of Elvira coming to us was terrible. Her manager, whoever he is, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's cool, bro, that you came to the last day and you sold us those pops, but you lied. You told us Friday that if we were supposed to get them by Saturday, if not Sunday for sure. And all those people that left on Saturday because you said it yourself that you were not gonna sell them no more. A lot of these people left. A lot of people came from all over the United States just for this Funko Pop release, and it's pretty disappointing that a lot of people had to leave with a bad experience overall. And I guarantee majority of the people that went there had a bad experience in terms of you going there to go to the convention or not, and it has nothing to do with all the people that were bending inside of the convention. Those people were all cool. I got to meet most of them, and I respect every single one of those people because those people all understood that what happened to the people waiting for this Funko Pop was a messed up experience. And yeah, all these people could say, yeah, all you butt hurts and all that. But you know what? If it was a tattoo artist that was giving away 30 free tattoos and then he came out saying he's only giving 5 after you waited hours and hours, it would have been the same scenario. It would have been the same scenario for people waiting for a panel. It would have been the same scenario for people waiting for an autograph. It would have been the same scenario for some of these people that they just don't want to put their shoes in other people's position, and that's what's fucked up. That's what's super fucked up. And what's worse is that on Friday, after making us, I was there in line from 7 in the morning all the way to 7 p.m. We're hungry. They're telling us we can't leave the line, and some of us were using the washroom and we had got to go right back to the position. They had us on this like small little space with just tape on the floor. Everybody's so close to one another, and everybody smells because, we've been waiting there forever. So, we went from the heat. It even rained on us, and then they moved us inside, and we're waiting and waiting and waiting. You're gonna wait till 6 p.m. to tell us these pops ain't there? Like, at the moment you stated that, you knew you were gonna cause people to be unhappy, and to top it off, you waited an extra 2 hours to say that there's no more vouchers. Like, we know 500 people did not go through that line to get a voucher, and you expect people not to get mad? Like, that's messed up, yo. And then to top it off, they want to say that we started a riot and we were acting out of control. That is not true. I want people to know the truth. This is why I'm making this video, because there's so many different rumors and so many different things, because people are using us as bait, because we're the easy target to point the finger to. We did not pull the alarm. The convention people pulled the alarm because they wanted the cops to be there immediately. We did not pull the alarm. We are not putting ourselves in a situation where we're gonna be out of luck in case these pops were gonna be sold the next day. It's just common sense. Why would we do that? And none of us did that. What else? You made us wait. People were disappointed. The Elvira's manager ends up leaving after he only passes about 400. Well, not 400. It was about a certain amount that equal to about 419 pops, which they were given 3 per person. So once people were in there, the convention people wanted us out because we started to protest. This is false advertisement. We want our money back. Everybody started to chant that. And the convention, of course, they're going to be on panic mode. They're going to feel that's a threat, because people that are not waiting for this, people that are just walking past, they're going to be like, yo, what's going on? And then if they understand and they could be human and understand the position that these people are in, these people are all going to take this experience back to wherever they're going. And they're going to know that this shit is fucked up, and I know a lot of people understood what was happening, and, another thing is to point fingers and for a lot of these people to say, oh, stupid toy and this and that. Like, yo, no, if it was a stupid toy, you wouldn't have this stupid toy at your convention, because first and foremost, you guaranteed yourself all these sales of people buying your ticket to go to your convention, and then you complain about these people. You don't do that, yo. That's just bad business. That's how bad businessmen do business. Like, money's the same number no matter what color it comes from, who it comes from. It doesn't matter. So that's just on Saturday. What I did, shit was getting out of control. Cops kept coming in. I'm not getting arrested in Orlando. I'm coming from Chicago all the way out there just to get this pop, I'm trying to complete the mission. I'm not trying to go and be arrested over some dumb shit that I'm going to be blamed for no reason. So this was happening at about 8 p.m. I just walked out, relined up. I was number 1 in line, and shit was getting out of control. So I figured I'm a police my own line. I'm going to assign a spokesman, and I'm going to assign someone that's going to keep the line in order. I'm going to be first. I have the ability to do that. That sucks that whoever was first on Friday did not have the, how would you say, the pride to be like, hey, I'm first, and I'm going to keep the line in order, because maybe people wanted to be shady, but that's something I'm thinking about them. For Saturday came by, I stood in line from 5 to 8 p.m. all the way to like 2 p.m. on Saturday. Her manager comes out saying that, hey, we're not going to have these pops. They're not going to be sold here. We're going to sell them online, this and that. But by the time he had came out, Elvira had already made a Facebook post saying, pretty much addressing the whole situation, and saying that these pops, she was doing all she can to get these pops to be sold during the weekend. We showed her manager, after he told us that they weren't going to be sold, we showed her manager the post, and he had nothing to say. The cop that was right next to him pretty much pulled them and moved them away. And, we left them speechless, because how are you her manager, but you do not know that this is being posted on her Facebook page? Like, don't you manage that? I don't get it. But regardless, whatever. That was that. Friday, Saturday, I was almost starting to feel like, all right, we're almost not going to get them, but that didn't stop me. I'm not coming from far to just take an L. So, whatever. I stood by the booth, by her booth, to see if maybe something was going to change. Nothing. Stood waiting in line. Dude from New York, Lee, we helped each other mentally to stay strong and believe that, maybe tomorrow we're going to get them. And I'm talking about Sunday. By this time, so many people were already telling us that they were not coming back, that were just leaving. They were trying to tell us that all these pops have been sold, and they weren't going to have them no more. But, I'm from Chicago and dudes from New York. We hear that all the time, That shit ain't new to us. We ain't playing that game. We're just going to reline up, and we're going to give it another shot, because we believe what we see. And this is what my video is about, on what happened to me and what I seen on my own eyes. It ain't me making up a video to try to get some publicity or nothing. I'm speaking the situation out. So whoever sees this, they get to understand what really happened, and what needs to change. So the one thing that I'll recommend is Funko. Please don't ever let these people run at their own exclusive ever again. Like, it needs to be somebody there that works from Funko monitoring what's happening, because to be quite honest, when the vouchers on Friday that were passed out, these people were told to come back at 11:30. Why have to come that late? But it was true. They did have some deliveries, but there was 12 master cases with 36 pops. That's no more than 400 and some if you multiply 36 times 12. So that left about 29 cases missing. If people know the math and people know that how many come in a master case, then they know the truth, and there's 1,500 pops. Only 12 cases were delivered. We're not believing you. We're not believing you that you're telling us all of them have been sold when there's only 12 master cases, Like, we know our stuff. We know what come inside those master cases. So we didn't believe it. Sunday came. This was the crazy part, that there was really like 30 people 10 minutes before the doors opened up. We didn't even know that we were going to have them. We still were taking an L. We were already ready to accept the fact that we were going to go home empty-handed. And we were just thinking about all of these expenses that we came out there to pretty much, deal with, because we were trying to get this, and we ended up walking all the way in. But before that, there was an employee, really cool guy named Josh. He was speaking to us, we're speaking to him right back. And we got to understand, it isn't Spooky Empire's fault. But what I do feel like it is fault is they were very unprepared, and the communication that they were giving us was very bad. On Friday, I went to go speak to on Friday, I went to the customer service rep table, and I went to go speak about my experience. I'm not even going to say what I went to go tell that lady, because I went to go tell her in a sincere way, as much as possible. So I went and told her what happened, everything, This lady's smirking. The lady did not care, and I'm asking, like, hey, I know you gave all these other people that only had a 1-day wristband, I had a 3-day. She went to assume that she already gave me a 3-day ban when I paid for my 3-day ban. So I was already being profiled from the get-go. As soon as she seen me, she was already profiling me. She already had this like idea on her head who I was, She even went as far as telling me that if it wasn't for this Funko Pop, I would never be at this convention. You know, like, what way of handling your customers? People coming to your convention as a first timer, you know, you think people are going to want to come back? Is that what you expect? When you go speak to these people, you expect them to fix a problem that's happening, because obviously shit is getting out of hand and you just want a solution to it, you know, because you're not trying to deal with that. You're going to be there 2 more days and you just want things to be better. So when I went and spoke to that lady, it was very bad. I felt like she profiled me. I felt like she was being racist in many ways because of the way of her handling the whole situation. And that's that, you know. When the pops were being released, I seen her again and she came up to me, you know, and she was making it seem like she did me a favor, you know, after her being like that to me. And, you know, I apologize because I'm not the type of person that's gonna like hold it in. I apologize for my way of being to her, but I didn't apologize of exactly what I said to her, because those things are true. And I feel like if you're going to these conventions, you know, you are going to see a lot of people looking at you weird, because these people are going to profile you. They think that you do not like horror. I'm talking to this lady with a Hellraiser shirt on, and she's telling me this stuff, you know, like, what kind of thing is that, yo? But regardless, I just want to speak this truth out because I want people to know what happened. I want people to understand that this whole situation was terribly handled, you know, in terms of how Spooky Empire handled it was just terrible. The way that her manager handled it was just terrible. Let me say this. Will I ever go back to Spooky Empire? No. Would I ever go to anything that Elvira's management is handling on their own? No. And I hope people that watch this video, please, like, understand my reasonings, and it's just not because I want to say fuck them because they didn't have these pops. No. When you're a business, you gotta understand how to properly handle this type of situation. If you do not know how to handle it, you know, yeah, shipments were late and everything, but you promoted this for 2 weeks that you guys were gonna have the pop. You knew people were gonna come here. You're at a convention and you can't even be prepared. You know, that's just sad. So this is the truth. I'm letting it out. If you guys like it, share it. You know, subscribe if you want to hate. If you're from Spooky Empire, you want to say fuck you. You know, you could go and say that, yo, because we had the right to say it. But you know what? You didn't have the right to just fucking disrespect us while we're there, yo. Like, that shit was plain disrespectful. You played with people's money. And you did not care, because your responses to all of us was pretty much fuck all you guys. You guys ain't this and that, you know, and you don't need to be this and that. So this is the video. This is the truth. I'm letting it out because I want people to know the fucking situation. I'm tired of seeing people say that we're butthurt and this and that. Like, no, motherfucker, if you were waiting for your favorite tattoo artist and he promised you 30 free tattoos and they cut off the line and you waited, you will be just as pissed. You know, same scenario for a bunch of other things. So that's what it is. That's what happened. I feel bad for all the people that came out from different cities and didn't even get it because they had to go home. I had to extend my hotel, change my flight just to make shit happen, you know? And me getting the pop was just out of fucking luck, yo. Out of luck. And I hope Funko sees this. I hope Funko sees it. And I hope Funko recognizes the type of person that I am, that I stood there and fucking waited and waited and waited. And I don't need no sort of recognition, yo. I don't care about that. I just want this to be out so they know next time when they give people an exclusive to handle on their own, that they need someone from their team to be watching how this shit is being done. Because shit, if we wouldn't have been posting stuff on social media and putting the truth out, it would have all been backdoor, because his attitude seemed very shady and it just wasn't proper. You know, they were training their fans to pretty much disrespect us and that it was okay. I don't think that if you're a business, you do shit like that. You know, you want to have people happy. You want to get people to leave their satisfied, and there's a lot of employees from Spooky Empire that I spoke to, and I let them know I know it's not their fault about what happened with the pops, but they are still taking blame for mishandling the whole drop the wrong way. And Elvira's team is just taking the biggest L because they should have been prepared. Do not promote something unless it's in your hand, otherwise shit's gonna go sour. You expect people not to be mad? Like, you can't play with people's money and time and then think people are just gonna be okay with it. It's not. So that's me. It's J-Rock checking out. Thank you for checking the video out. I wasn't gonna go there and not bring nothing home. It's not happening, It's not. It's gonna come out one way or another, and I'm just happy that we got him, and that's why he dropped them, because they knew we weren't playing.